Good afternoon, I am Sergeant Ramos, and today we will be conducting training on identifying topographic symbols on a military map. Some safety considerations that we are having is it is sunny outside, there's some slight humidity. With our body armor on, it feels way harder than what it is, so we have applied sunscreen to avoid sunburns, and we have hydrated before coming out here to the field. Dehydration might occur during this training, so we have water available to us in case we do get dehydrated. And regarding wildlife, I have checked the perimeter. There are no signs of wildlife, and if anything arises, please let me know so I can deal with it accordingly. Do not mess with the wildlife. There might be some anthills around, some snakes, some bugs. Just let them be. If you ever get bit or you run into any problem within the training time with wildlife, we have a first aid kit right here. We have tourniquets within us in case you get bit by a snake or something of that sort. It is the duty of DoD civilians and military to protect and conserve the environment. So we will pick up our trash afterwards, and we will make sure this place is left as it was before we got here. So for conditions within this training, Specialist Crocamo, you are a member of a squad or team in a field environment and have been given a 1 in 50,000 scale military map and a requirement to identify topographic symbols on the map. Your standards will be to identify basic colors, topographic symbols, and marginal information on the military map that I will provide for Eglin Air Force Base, including this compound. And then for the foreign disclosure, this training product has been reviewed by the training developers in coordination with the G2 at Fort Benning, Georgia, 31905, Foreign Disclosure Officer. This training product can be used to instruct international military students from all approved countries without restrictions. So, starting with our training right here, take this map right here, Specialist Crocamo. It is part of for Eglin, so we will be using that to conduct the training to make sure that you can actually incorporate what you see. So I can tell you the colors of the map, but you really won't have anything to associate with that map. You will be able to realize, hey, we are planted in a specific point, and you can start seeing how these colors do incorporate within our work environment. So for the color black, Specialist Crocamo, black represents cultural man-made features on the map. So buildings, roads, spot elevations that we have created, those are all, anything pretty much man-made is ours on that military map. The color blue is water, or bodies of water. So like, you know, for us, we have a beach further down south, that would be blue on the military map. The color green represents vegetation. So right now, it will be heavily green on the military map. Forests, you have woods, vineyards, all of those will be considered green. For the color brown, brown represents all relief features, cultivated land on red light and readable maps. So if I could get this to open up right here, it would pretty much be stuff you see like with the infrared light with your flashlights, pretty much. The color red represents populated areas, main roads, boundaries, you know, stuff of high importance. So that would involve like the road behind you. We have the gate road, that the service road that comes into the compound. And then the color red-brown represents cultural features, spot elevations, and contour lines. So I'm not too sure if we would have anything within that area right here, but I know like outside the compound, that's when we start seeing a lot of like red-brown. Also, when it comes down to the military map, the symbols on the map, I have a legend with me right now that I will be using to instruct you on how to use the military map. The legend is usually in the top left-hand corner on the unclassified for official use only map of Eglin Air Force Base. So we will go over through that right now. So here we go. So this is an example of a map, and this is a map for Eglin Air Force Base. So the sheet name on the top, it's going to tell you Eglin Test and Training Complex. It pretty much describes the entire map, what it's for. The sheet number would probably be 1 of 1 since this highlights the entire AO. And then you have your series name, which is probably series 1 since we don't have many maps of Eglin that vary. They're all pretty much the same. Your scale is here at the bottom, so it teaches you how much a distance is according to the real world. So like this distance right here from 0 to 2, that'd be 2 kilometers. So if you were to get a ruler and you'd measure it out, that would actually portray your measurement. Addition number would be applicable to the map if it was there. Boundaries would be your outside right here. As you can see, outside you have actual numbers that point out grid coordinates for the map. Adjoining sheets diagram, we will not have any of those as this is one single map, 1 in 50,000 scale. And then the elevation guide, so as you can see here on this diagram, it is number 9. So this right here would be highlighted right there. And then that's for that elevation. Declination, that would be right here. It teaches you pretty much everything goes down. Bar scales, pretty much the same thing as the normal scales. The nodes, also all your grid notes, they're all down here. They explain pretty much what's going on that. The horizontal dating notes, printing note, pretty much all your notes are down here. You can see where it was published by who, and if you were to look up the map under its code, that you would use that code to actually pull a map from the system. Probably an S2 function, but just for our situational awareness. Unit imprint and symbol, it is down here. This was made by the 96th Test Wing. They support us when it comes down to our operations here at Eglin Air Force Base. And then the legend is pretty much all this right here. With all this, you can pretty much see if you have a control building or restricted area, it teaches you what color it is or what pattern it is. That way, whenever you see it on the map, you can pretty much execute. So regarding that, so for pretty much, do you have any questions regarding the military map, man?
I know that we have a lot of vegetation.
Yes.
But I think that we could identify like a blue color here in this compound, or no?
So for a blue color, we might have very, very little actual blue color since we do have creeks and rivers that are probably a few feet apart. There would be some blue, but most of the blue, since we are in Florida, would be down south towards the Destin area. Water related, your beaches.
So it's outside the compound?
Yes.
So here inside the compound, can you help me to identify like hills?
Actually, yes, we can do that. So I'll use that for your practice. So it doesn't go over too much over hills and actual the actual terrain features for this training, but I mean for identifying that piece of terrain, what would that be considered?
That one?
Yes, the one right before the road.
That's considered a hill.
Yes, it would be considered a hill. Color related, what colors do you see around here? Obviously it'd be more
pretty much green.
Yeah, pretty much green, self-explanatory. We're around the woods. What do you think you would see any? What would it be? Any black by any chance? Any? If you were to You could use a map if you want as well, but like if you were to use black, do you think there'd be any black around here?
It could be inside the compound.
Yeah, so like so pretty much like paved roads or parking lots maybe. So like we do have the barracks over there. That would probably show up as black on the military map. And then for the actual map itself, so tell me what would be, or how would you describe to me what a hospital would look like on the military map?
The hospital could be
using the legend that is within the actual map as well. So if you were to look right here, come down to hospital, and H would be for your hospital. That'd be your mark. So you know how we have the hospital down more south, we have like Children's Hospital, Parklands. They would show up as H's.
I see.
And then let's see, something pretty easy. Let's see, populated places. So how would that be?
Here the legend is basically like a red area.
Yes, pinkish red areas. If you were to flip over the map right here,
Actually here.
yes, it would be, there you go. So like all this pink area right here, that is the Navarre. So everything over there in Navarre is more urban, more populated. There's people, there's houses, sewage, and all that. So not bad, not bad. So now to give you your test, pretty much to make sure that you are qualified and you have learned. So I'm expecting from you to be able to identify map colors, symbols on the military map, and the marginal information within the legend. And I want to make sure that if you're able to do those, you receive a go or a no go. Okay, I'm gonna ask you 3 of each, pretty much, for the colors. Symbols, pretty much 3 as well, just to see, you know, if you got at least 70% for a go. So for colors on the map, such as Kokomo, what does blue stand for on the military map?
Blue stands for water area.
Water, correct. What about black?
Black means terrain main feature.
There you go. And then for green on the military map, what does that
It
represent?
means vegetation. We're in vegetation right now.
Correct. So you receive a go for identify the 6 basic colors on the military map. So symbols on a military map, using this map over here. Let's see. What would be a golden star with a black outline on this military map?
Right here. This place is a contra building.
Correct. So what about a bar scale? Where would that be on the military map?
The bar scale.
Yes.
Is the ones that identify like the distance.
Correct. Yes.
The one place to one point to another.
Correct. So these right here, yeah, you're right. And then pretty much last one, let's see, where would be stream on the military map? What would that look like using the legend? So we know that it would be blue because it's a body of water. Yes. So how would it be outlined within the map?
The map is gonna be like a little bit dipped and like this area like blue.
Yes. Sounds good. You got that one right. So marginal information, won't be too much on that one. Who created this map? If we were to need more information within this map, who would we contact, or who supports us with our actual operations?
We have to look all the way down the legend. There's like the person that actually like create the map and
Yes.
provide like all the information.
Perfect. Sounds good. And then, which part of the United States would this map be for?
The state of Florida.
State of Florida, and specifically which part on?
In this case is in It's Eglin.
Correct. Sounds good. So you should go for all 3 assessments, and yeah, that's pretty much it, man. You passed. You got your training done. So that concludes our training for identifying topographic features on the military map. We are going to let's see. So since you gotta go, we are not going to retrain you. But if we were to retrain a soldier, we would be around the same time and same place within this part of the compound, and we just pretty much go over the same thing. We'd have you out here in the field and to see how it is, you know, associate the map with the actual environment. So we are going to clean the area right now. We're gonna make sure we don't have any trash around. So that concludes our training. Specialist Crocamo, I could hold that map for you. Yeah, that concludes our training, man. Now to conduct an AR, you know, a sustainment, improvement, and a retain, you know. What's one thing I could improve on for this course?
That you bring water bottles for the heat kit, like some protection for the skin. You bring like your material, like the maps, how to get like a better like examples for the terrains. And the first eye for something happens.
That's good. That's good. I'm assuming with water as well, you know, since it's really hot outside, you want cold water, you know. I got you next time, you know, we'll make sure we have some ice water. What's an improvement I can, or what's something I should retain? What's something I did good for this training?
Something really good?
Yes.
The place that we select, just to identify like the different like kind of hills that we have like here, and some of the mentoring features that we have.
Okay, so the association within the map and the environment. Okay, sounds good then. And then, what's something I could, I guess, I said improve and retain. What about us? Well, I said sustainment, correct? I said improvement as well. What's one thing I could keep the same? Something that, you know, for the next course I can do.
You could use the same system. The just like make like a break times just to analyze like better like the map with the terrain.
Sounds good. I'll keep that in mind for next course. So for our risk assessment, everything was low. We had nothing go on during the training. No one got hurt. No one got bit by a spider and got their leg cut off or amputated out here. So we were effective within our, I guess our safety out here in the forest. So we'll move the training items back to the screen, and then that will conclude everything. Specialist Crocamo, thank you for participating in the training, and enjoy your military map reading skills as well. We had 0 train, 1